Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a classic smoky eye. I also added a bit of a wing liner as well, just to elongate the eye and really add that cat eye effect. I think it looks really beautiful with this smoky eye. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know. I'm still kind of a newbie in liner. I never do it because it just takes me too long, but I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone and try to do it a little bit more. So bear with me. I'm not the best at doing liner, but this is more of a smudged outliner, so it's a little bit easier. You can be a little bit more sloppy with it. But that being said, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so let's get started. So first I'm going to be using the Jaclyn palette by Morphe, and I'm going to be using the shade Silk Beam. I'm going to be applying this with a Morphe M504 brush, and it's just a fluffy blender brush. I'm just going to be applying this onto the whole lid. It's going to be our transition shade, so there's no really rhyme or reason on how I'm applying this. I just want to make sure it gets all over the lid. Oh, and side note, I do already have my primer on, and my lids are already set with powder. I did that off camera, and then I also already did my eyebrows. I wanted to do my makeup a little bit different this time, so I already have that on prior to filming. Just a little FYI. So once we get that shade all over the lids, we're then going to go in with the color Pukey. Oh my god, I love this color. It's such a beautiful pukey brown shade. I'm going to be applying this with the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to be concentrating this really just on the crease of the lid, and really just focusing on the outer corner and really carving out your eye's natural shape and making it just a little bit more defined, so we can really make that cat eye look. So once we build the shade to our liking on the outer corner, I also want to bring that shade down to the lash line a little bit, just on the outer corner. And then once we get it a little bit dark, then we're going to go ahead and bring that color all the way into the inner corner as well and blend that out. We really want to just build this shade. Once we get it to a shade that we really like, then we can go ahead and move on to the other eye. But we really want to make sure we apply this color very generously, as it is going to be a major step in our makeup look. Then I'm going to go in with the Armed and Gorgeous palette by Jaclyn from the Vault collection by Morphe. I'm going to be using the color Mugshot, and I'm applying this. Well, first I went in with a mini crease brush, but that didn't work out for me, so then I went back in with that same Morphe brush that we were applying the other shade with. I believe it's the M441, and we're really going to go ahead again. It's really the same step. We're just going to be focusing this out on the outer corner. Pretty much the whole video is just focusing on the outer corner, because we do want to make that cat eye look. So this is really just going to help us achieve that. So really just going to focus that shade on the outer corner, and then once we get it to the color that we like, again, same thing, we're going to go ahead and start moving that color into the inner corner as well, but mainly focusing on the outer corner, as this is going to make it look very smoked out. And then once we do that, we can go ahead and move on to the other eye. I didn't want to fast forward a lot of these clips because I wanted you guys to really see the steps that I'm taking to really achieve the smoky eye. It's a lot of blending, guys, just so you're aware. And then we're going to go in with that same palette, and we're going to use the color Secret. I'm going to now apply this with the mini crease brush, and it's a Morphe brush. I don't know the name or the number. I've had it for so long that it's erased by now. But we're going to go ahead and focus this again on the outer corner crease. And we're just going to go in windshield wiper motions. We don't want to go in with too much color, because it's easier to blend color out or build the color as opposed to blend it out. We want to go in very lightly in the beginning and then just build the color up. It's way better to go in with a little bit than go in with too much and try and fix that. So once we get the color to our liking on the outer corner, then we're going to go ahead and start bringing that color to the inner corner. But really we want to just focus on the outer corner first, and really kind of we just want to bring it up just a little bit, just to blend it into that transition shade so that there's no harsh lines. So once we do that, we can then start bringing it into the inner corner, but really we just want to go in windshield wiper motions back and forth, blending the shade out. And then again, I'm going to be going back and forth with that Morphe M441 brush, just blending that out and then going back in, applying more color, blending it out, applying more color, and blending it out. That's really just the premise of what we're going to be doing this whole video. It's just a lot of blending. Then going in with the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to be using the first shade, or excuse me, the first shade on the second row, and I'm just applying this with a flat top brush. This happens to be the Urban Decay Naked palette brush, and I'm just going to be applying this on the inner corner. This is going to be our highlight shade. This is just going to brighten it up. I wish I would have gone in, as you'll see in the video, this is the only time that I'm applying this shade. I wish I would have gone in with it again after I had applied all the dark shades, but I don't know where my head was. I completely spaced out and forgot. So just make sure you apply this color very heavily, as it is going to make our lids pop. Then going in with the last shade on the Jaclyn Hill palette, it's a black shade, and I'm going to be using this to kind of carve out our wing liner. As you can see, I'm applying this with the shadow first, and I'm using just a angled winged brush. This is, I think, an Elfie one, and I don't like the way it looks, so then I go in with a liner. This is just the Sephora, what is it? It is the Sephora Crayon Contour, the waterproof, which I'm not a big fan of waterproof, but anyways, then I'm using just a flat top smudge brush, and then I'm going to apply this, or excuse me, I'm going to smudge this out with the smudge brush. And again, this is something you're going to be super sloppy with. There's no rhyme or reason. We're just trying to get that shade onto the outer corner, and just smudge it all the way out. And then we're going to work our way up. So we want to smudge the dark shade up, but not into the crease, just a little bit on the lid, just to kind of smoke it out. And then I'm going to go in with that same crease brush, that mini crease brush, and I'm going to just go ahead and try and blend that out a little bit more. We haven't made the angle yet. I just want to get the color on there first. Once we get that black on there, then we can go ahead and start angling out the liner. But for now, we just want to build up the smudginess. So I applied the liner first, and then I went over it with some of the black eyeshadow, and then I smudged that out, and then I went back in with the liner, and then back with the shadow and smudged that out. And then now I am trying to line, or just give the liner a little bit more shape and wing it out a little bit more. I'll tell you guys, I am not the best at wing liner, so bear with me. I actually didn't do too bad of a job, believe it or not. But we will go ahead and clean this up with a makeup wipe. So it's okay if you don't get it perfect, or it's a little bit sloppy and it's not a straight line. We can clean this up, so don't stress it. But once we get that shade on there, and once we get it as black as we want, we can then start moving into the inner corner, and then take a very, very light hand in the inner corner, because this part is crucial. We don't want a super thick line. We just want a nice smudged look, just so that it helps with the winged out look. Then we're just going to go ahead and clean up any fallout that we had, and we're just going to use, I usually use a makeup wipe, but I had run out, so I'm just going to be using a cotton pad with makeup remover. So once we clean up all the fallout, then we can go ahead and wipe off and angle out our liner and our shadow. This is going to really help kind of just cut it out and really make it more angled. So once we do that, then I'm going to step away. I put the rest of my makeup on, and now we're going to go ahead and work on our lower lash. So I'm going to be applying Costa Riche by MAC on our waterline. We're going to use this as our liner. And again, just apply this really messy if you want. There's no right or wrong way in doing it. I'm just applying it on my waterline, and I'm applying it very generously and bringing it down a little bit more, just kind of because we're going to be smudging it out, and we'll be using that mini crease brush that we were using earlier. And I'm not applying any additional shadow. I'm just smudging it out with what was already on the brush, and just be super generous when you are, smoking out your waterline. This is really just going to help tie everything together. I think a blown out, super blended and smoky lower lash just really completes the whole look. So I'm just going to go ahead and really blow this out. So once we get to, we use all the color that's on the brush, then I'm going to go in with the Mugshot shade from the Armed and Gorgeous palette. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that just to bring in that same warmth that we have on our lids. And just apply a very little bit on the outside from where we just applied that shade. Just going to apply it a little bit on top just to kind of make it look like it's transitioning into that warm, pukey shade. Then going in with Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop, and we're going to use this as the brow highlight. And I'm applying this with a Lancome brush. It's the Lancome 18 brush, and I'm using the flat-ended brush. I'm just going to be applying this just on the high points of our brow bone. Then going in with Beam from that same Jaclyn Hill palette, and we're just going to apply this directly on top of Champagne Pop. And this is really just going to be the high point of our brow, and it's really just going to make our brow really just pop. And once you do that, that is the final step, and we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you guys the finished product with lashes and everything on, but I do hope you guys enjoyed, and please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye guys.